Hi guys, so as you can tell by this video title, this is Joey's 4-year update. I've been meaning to do this for 3 months now, and I don't know if I just couldn't sit down and do it, or I don't even know what the problem was, but I'm finally doing it, and the saying, it's better late than never, yeah, that's what applies right now. So, Joey's 4-year update, let's get started. So as we know, Joey's 4 years old. He turned 4 on April 19th. And he weighs 38 pounds, and he's roughly about 40 or 41 inches tall. He's in the 90th percentile for his height, and as of right now, he's estimated to, when he grows up, to be about 6'1 to 6'2, which is really cool to think about because when we were younger, or at least when I was younger, doctors used to go off the height of your parents and kind of figure where you would reach. There wasn't this graph that they now have, like they graph you, and like from there, like it pretty much, like they showed us, it kind of goes out, and from there they can figure out how tall you're going to be and that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited for that, and to know that is, where he may be is just exciting to know. What else? As we all know, Joey is fully potty trained. Well, he's fully daytime potty trained. He's not fully nighttime potty trained yet. We're running into a little dilemma with him having what we call good nights and bad nights. Good nights is he wakes up and he's completely dry. He'll come out, he'll go to the bathroom, all that stuff. Bad nights, which we don't yell at him for, we don't really get upset with him. We just tell him, you're not supposed to do this, and we just kind of go over everything again about, if you have to go during the night to wake up, is when he wakes up and he has, a wet pull-up or wet underwear. Right now, we've been keeping him in pull-ups because he's just, for the last couple weeks, he's been having a lot of bad days, and we've cut down on his intake of a beverage at 7 o'clock, so it's kind of hard to understand why he goes to bed at 9, why at 7 in the morning when he's been waking up, he's wet. So I don't know if it's just the heat in his body sweating, and he's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. So like I said, he's been having more bad nights than he's been having good nights. So we kind of put him in the pull-ups to get him, back on track, and so he doesn't get upset, because when he gets upset, he just backtracks, and we don't want him to backtrack. We want him to keep going forward and, be comfortable and be happy with himself. So that's the only dilemma we faced. Joey's appetite, he is definitely a growing boy. I would say his appetite is about the size of a 14-year-old. This kid can eat and eat and eat and eat. That's why when, the doctor told me he was only 38 pounds, I'm like, it just doesn't seem right for how much he eats. I feel like he should be, 45 pounds or something, because he eats a lot. Last week, the one morning he woke up and he had half a bowl of oatmeal with my dad in the morning. He had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich when I got up. And then he had a bowl of cereal with Chris, all in a matter of 3 hours. And that's a lot when you think about how small their stomach is actually. And at dinner, he eats almost 2 servings of food, where I eat 1.5, or Chris eats 2. And it's weird that he eats as much as Chris does sometimes, and it's just odd. He's not very picky on the food he eats. He'll pretty much eat anything we eat, which is amazing, because I don't have to worry about Chris having to make 2 or 3 meals sometimes because Joey doesn't want to eat something. He usually eats what we eat. We've noticed lately, though, that he's not eating the meat that we make. If we make a ham steak or something, he won't always eat the ham, or if we make chicken or something, he won't always eat the chicken. It's just some meats he doesn't eat. I don't know if it's just, the texture of them that he doesn't like, or if it's just more work and he realizes it's more work, and so he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't know what it is, but I just noticed, we both noticed, that a lot of the times, he doesn't eat all his meat, and before he used to eat meat like there was no tomorrow. That'd be the one thing he did eat, where he wouldn't eat the sides. Now he's really big on to fruits and vegetables and yogurt. Yogurt's his big favorite thing. If you ask Joey what he wants in the morning, he wants a yogurt, or he wants a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So they're probably by far his 2 favorite things in the morning. And then if we go out to eat, his favorite thing to eat is a grilled cheese. He's always wanting grilled cheese and chocolate milk. I know my kid definitely doesn't have a calcium deficiency, because he drinks so much milk that there's just not enough in the world for him for how much he drinks. What else? So I'll go into his possible schooling update. We're trying to get Joey into preschool this coming fall. If he gets in, he'll be going for, I think they said he'd be going for like a full day, which is from like 8 to 3, which is pretty decent. And I hope he does get into it. I have to stop by there during the week on my way to work and just grab the application and fill it out real quick and, you know, get him started and get all that stuff in because I really, really want to get him in. And what else? He knows all of his numbers up to 10. He knows a lot. He knows a good percentage of shapes. He even knows rectangles. He's kind of getting confused on ovals and circles. He knows, what else does he know? He knows, I'm drawing a blank because of everything he does. He knows his numbers. He knows most of his shapes. He knows a lot of sounds. He can identify different types of cars and trucks. He can identify 5 or 6 colors strongly. For the longest time, we did think Joey was colorblind because it does run in my family that, you know, he potentially could be colorblind. So we actually got him tested a couple days ago, and they pretty much said that Joey is not colorblind. He may just be what they call a stubborn learner. It's not that he doesn't know what something is. He's just being stubborn. He doesn't want to give you the answer, or he doesn't want to disappoint you if he's wrong. So he'll just kind of sit there and look at you like, but he does know what it is. One of the things that Chris and I are going to start working on him with for the next couple weeks is we are going to get him started on writing, like more indefinitely writing, and figuring out which hand he is, because Joey shows signs of being ambidextrous, which I'm ambidextrous and Chris is left-handed, so it's kind of hard to figure out what he is without pushing one or the other. Like, I can write with both. Chris does a lot of stuff with both, but he writes with his left hand. He eats with his right hand. So it's hard. So we're trying to focus on figuring out if he's left-handed or right-handed, and get him started on writing and drawing and all that stuff, just so that, you know, he's kind of a step ahead when he goes to school. As far as reading, he likes us to read books. He's not at the stage where he wants to read them yet, which it's not concerning, but it is at the same time. I kind of want him to want to be able to read them. He has an active imagination. He'll make up his own stories for you, but he just doesn't want to read the actual books. I know he knows the books. I know he knows what's going on in the books because we read the same books over and over and over again, that he could probably tell you the book word for word, and he knows what's coming because he'll tell you, like, as you're reading what's coming. Besides that, there's not really much to update on. From last year to this year, he's more social. He does throw tantrums a little more than he used to. He's coming up with a lot of attitude, but I think that's also from the surrounding season. He's seeing it a lot more, where when we were in Harrisburg, he wasn't around enough of different people to pick up on these social cues, but now he's around a lot of different people, and he's picking up on everyone's social cues. But deep down inside, he's still that sweet little boy of mine, because, you know, if I yell at him, he knows that he's done something wrong. So I know deep down inside he's still the sweet little boy that he's always been. It's just he's picking up on other little characteristics as well. Besides that, there's not much to update on. He's still Joey, he's still my little boy, and he's just a ball of fun. So I will end the video here, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye, guys.